So, hey TIs, I have just want to chit chat about something a little bit here. Apparently in the news they were talking about this tsunami and how it was called off and stuff. So it was like an 8.9 magnitude earthquake. So they call the town of Alaska was on high alert or something. And so I called somebody that I know in Alaska. I said, hey, everything cool? You know, is everybody, running to the hills or whatever? And they said, no, everything's quiet in their neck of the woods. So, okay, everything's fine. And then later on I found out it was for the, the town of Kodiak. And what it was the sensors went off. There was an earthquake, I guess, but the sensors went off. And so everybody did evacuate, but it was only for an hour and a half. And then they went home. So, it's an electric grid, and it's hooked up to these sensors. Which is fine. It works, better safe than sorry, right? Fine. But here's kind of what I want to maybe expound upon. Now, yesterday I was talking to someone very privately, and this is your surveillance state, in my opinion. What I think they do, this is what I think the powers that be do, is that since we're all full of nanotechnology and this and that, I was talking to someone very privately about, Alaska. Nothing bad or anything. I'm just stating some facts about Alaska, because I've been there. And then what I think it is that whatever you say, they generate in the news. So it's like a relationship, a correlation that they're making. You know what I mean? That is what I want to talk about, is that the fact that they are spying on you, your military industrial complex / NSA, CIA, NSA, all your alphabet soups, they are listening to what you say. And then they try to, throw it out there in the media, because they have nothing better to do. That's what I'm kind of like trying to make a relationship in, So, these dark people, it sounds like they're really desperate to generate a lot of fear. Because when I looked at the story, it was like the whole West Coast, And it was just for an hour and a half in this little town of Kodiak, which is true. They need the sensors. But, I'm just trying to make a correlation probably with the fact that, whenever I talk about something privately with someone, it gets relayed out there or something. It gets quote unquote generated, they pump it out. So anyways, that's kind of what I want to talk about. I hope that makes sense. So again, just to kind of reiterate my point. You talk about something privately with somebody, okay? It could be about anything. It could be about the ice cream or something. And somewhere along the way you say a sentence and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden it's just exploded into something else, So for instance, like I said, my example would be I'm talking to someone privately about the state of Alaska, and all of a sudden, it's like on a massive scale, there's like this problem in Alaska. So I think that's kind of what they're trying to do, is they read your thoughts and they listen in, and don't get me wrong, earthquakes do happen, but they're so small up there, You know, when I was up there, it was so minute, you don't even feel them. You might see the ocean, you know, pounding a little bit harder than normal, but, you know, you really don't feel it. So, anyways, that's just my 2 cents into the pot. Okay? Because I remember, there was a quick video someone did a long time ago, and they were talking about the AI system, and in the video they said something like, you have to have pleasant thoughts. You know, keep your thoughts pure. Keep your thoughts, pure. Pleasant thoughts, you know. So, you know, when I saw that, I was like, well, how can you control that? You know, what's up with that? So, and this gentleman I heard an interview with said that the powers that be want to keep, you know, keep the consciousness down. They want to control the consciousness on this planet. And that's what I think is going on. So, I know that, you know, you probably think I'm trying to make a relationship between the Alaska thing, but that's what I think is going on. You know, since they are spying on me, and I talked to someone about Alaska, and then all of a sudden in the news, Alaska's like got this, you know, situation, you know. Because, you know, I like I said, earthquakes do happen. They're everywhere because the earth is always spinning around. It's doing its own thing. So, you know. I just think that they're using nanotechnology. You know, you got your chemtrails and your food and everything else to, you know, keep you subjugated. You know? So, that's what he said. If I find the link, I'll put it in this description box. You should all listen to it. He's a former Black Ops guy. You know, and they're using synergy and stuff like that, which is to calcify your pineal gland and your chakra system. So, yeah, it's all in depth. It's all esoteric, and it's, you know, something, you know. And he did say, you know, people need to know about this stuff. So, anyways, I'll catch you later. And I'll try to put a link in that guy's interview. Over and out.